Warning, this video is for mature audience only. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the channel and happy Friday the 13th. Thanks for being here, where I like to bring you the facts about true crime, the missing, current events, or anything I find interesting or important. Today, we're going to go back in time to the year 1935 with the Cleveland Torso Murders. The Torso murders were committed between September 1935 and August 1938. They were believed to be serial killings. Most of the bodies were discovered on or near the Kingsbury Run area, a creek bed that ran from East 90th Street to Kingsman Road, southeast to the Cuyahoga River. Also known as the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury, killed what was thought to be between 7 men and 5 women were discovered. Most victims were dismembered, and all were decapitated. Most of the victims appeared to be transients or derelicts living in shanty towns on the fringes of society. The murderer was never discovered. The first 2 dismembered bodies were found together in Kingsbury Run on September 23, 1935, one of which was later identified by his fingerprints as Edward Andrassy, 29, an orderly at a local hospital. The third victim was Florence Papilio, found near Orange Avenue, January 26, 1936. Between June 1936 and August 1938, 9 more bodies were discovered, one of which was identified as Mrs. Rose Wallace. Police Lieutenant Peter Merillo, who worked on the case for 6 years, characterized the killer as coldly efficient and as relentless as an executor when in the mood to kill. Although Frank Dolezal confessed to the Palio murder, he hanged himself before he could be tried, and despite intensive police work, there was never sufficient evidence to make a case against any other suspect. Some people also believed that he moved to California and was responsible for the death of the Black Dahlia, Elizabeth Smart. Safety Director Elliot Ness immediately ordered the shanty towns of Kingsbury Run burned to the ground, which ended the Torso killings. The similarities in dismemberment, which were carried out with surgical precision, led investigating policemen to surmise that the murders were committed by a single person with sufficient knowledge of autonomy. The Kingsbury Run murders remain one of the most perplexing cases in our nation's criminal history. Rumors abound as to who may have been the killer. One thing is very clear: Elliot Ness had a suspect who he believed was undoubtedly the killer. This suspect continued to taunt Ness for years after the killings had stopped. All official police records on this case have been lost, destroyed, or removed. While the case is officially unsolved, many believe the identity of the Torso murders of Kingsbury Run has been known since the 1930s. Mysterious Dr. X was investigated by the police and interrogated by Elliot Ness, but no physical evidence was found linking him to the crimes. Most likely, Dr. X was Francis E. Sweeney, an intelligent, skilled, and very troubled surgeon who lived near Kingsbury Run. Dr. Sweeney had the surgical know-how as well as access to facilities ideally suited to dismember bodies. Despite a week-long interrogation by Elliot Ness and other high-level investigators, Sweeney never confessed. However, immediately after Sweeney committed himself to a sanatorium, the murders stopped. In December of 1938, the Torso murderer allegedly sent a letter to Elliot Ness, claiming he had moved to California and killed a woman there, and had buried the head in southwest Los Angeles. In the letter, the killer referred to himself as DC, or Doctor of Chiropractic. An investigation uncovered animal bones. A decade later, the confession resulted in authorities considering the possibility that the Cleveland Torso murder case had some connection to the Black Dahlia murder. The mutilation remains of a 22-year-old Elizabeth Short were found in a vacant lot in an unfinished Lemonade Park housing development in Los Angeles on July 15, 1947. Well, that's all I have for you today. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about this case. Thanks, and have a good one.